Pixels. Now, yes, this movie has been out, has already been at the theaters. Now it's out on DVD. It's been out on DVD for a few weeks now. But it's been a little time for me on this one, and this is one I really did want to see, so I'm still reviewing it, but for the DVD. The film starts off back in 1982 when they show Adam Sandler as a young kid, same thing with Kevin James and all this, all in the arcade, and just having a great time, and they knew what they were doing, like they were playing stuff like Centipede, Donkey Kong. So then time passes, 30 years passes, and you have Adam Sandler and all of them all grown up. And the whole film is all about, pretty much back in 1982, that they sent something up, and they sent a bunch of stuff up into space, which was a bunch of the 80s stuff that happened. And now the aliens believe that we actually want to start a war with them. So they bring all the old video game characters, some good, some bad, and all become bad. From Donkey Kong to Pac-Man to Centipede to a bunch of other games that they want to definitely throw out to you. I mean, they show little glimpses of someone like Mario. This was a film that I really wanted to see. I grew up with a lot of these video games, and I thought this movie would be really cool, and I think it would be a really great thing. But then you realize that, oh, it's Adam Sandler who's in it, and I'm not a fan of him anymore like I used to be, and I thought, boy, this really was such a disappointing thing. It's pretty much just one of those things where you thought you'd see a lot of these video game characters destroying the cities and the world and all that. You had a little bit here and there like they would do, you get the whole little glimpse almost at the, maybe about 20 minutes into the film, some stuff that happens, in the middle. I mean, one of the coolest things was, of course, the Pac-Man was very cool. One of I'd say, my second all-time favorite video game back in the old days was Q-bert, and of course he's in this, and he's actually a trophy to our heroes. And he does a really cool job. Q-bert, he actually talks, and there's actually a few cool things that go on with him and Adam Sandler. The rest of the cast, Josh Gad, I don't know too much about this guy, but this guy cannot act. Kevin James, even in the previews, I did not believe this guy was the President of the United States. He was too much of an idiot, like his characters usually are. He's probably one of the most, smart guys outside of the movies, but honestly, I thought, just his characters are always the same. Peter Dinklage was probably the best thing about this movie. Shown as a young kid, very cool, very badass. Then all of a sudden you probably don't see him for maybe, say, the first 45 minutes or so into the film, and then all of a sudden he's kicking butt left and right just like everybody else. But he was the highlight of it. But I have to actually say, he was actually the highlight of the humans, but Q-bert, I think, was above Peter Dinklage, and he's such a great actor no matter what this guy does. When it comes to the third act, the big battle scene, it was awesome, it was great, but it took so long. It didn't seem like it was that funny and really cool, except with the video games. But like I said, the third act was probably the best thing about this. It was cool, everything went well, and I loved it for what it was, but that was the third act. The first 2/3 of the movie, it went up and down like a roller coaster. There were some really cool things, like I said, but then some really and even some of the jokes in there really fell flat for me. There was one of those things that it could have been so much better, but you know what? They did what they wanted to do. It was an Adam Sandler movie. If you like Adam Sandler films, you'll like this one, but for me, it could have been so much better. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I apologize for being behind on this one, but I wanted to see it. So have yourselves a good one, and as always, stay awesome.